Hello, everybody. It is New Year's Eve. Did you guys think that you were going to go like the whole day without me going live? I'm kind of like the go live queen. And I kind of want to do the traditional kind of recap on 2025 real quick before I go and have a little dance party and New Year's Eve celebration with my children. 2025 did not look how I thought it was going to look. But what 2025 actually ended up being was a complete year of stepping outside of my comfort zone and growing. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lacey Prather, and I started an online business 2 years ago. I worked in law enforcement for 17 years, and my first year of this business wasn't hard. To be completely honest, I came in, I made a lot of money. My personal life was a little bit of a mess still that year, but all in all, 2024 was just like awesome. I paid off a lot of debt and it was just a good year. I didn't hit any like major huge bumps in my business or my life or anything like that. We traveled, took the kids to do a bunch of things. 2024 looked very different than 2025. 2025 kind of came in like a wrecking ball, and I truly believe that in order to sometimes build something extraordinary, sometimes it all has to kind of fall apart. You know, I lost my Facebook at the very end of 2024, which launched me into 2025 kind of rebuilding and figuring out the new ways of doing some things that, you know, kept my business more safe. And then I became a single mom in 2025, and what I want to tell you is the things that I gained. And through all of the struggle and all of the hardship and everything that I went through, this business was always there. My friends, my business partners, the people that are in this community with me were there every step of the way. I probably wouldn't have made it through 2025 emotionally. Those of you who were there, you guys know who you are, and I could never be more grateful for the connections, the community, and the family that I have created since coming here, you guys. But speaking of like stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing things that you're afraid of, so I had never really traveled, and I took 4 major trips this year across the country. 4 trips. That stuff used to terrify me. Flying used to terrify me. All of that stuff used to terrify me. All because of this business, I took those trips, and I got to meet people that were in this community at 2 different times in Virginia, Nashville, and San Diego, California, and I had never been to any of those places. I got to go places and meet people and do things that I never would have been able to do outside of this business. I got to support myself and my 2 children all by myself this year because of this business. I have a huge community of people that I would have never had without this business. I, since coming here, have made more money than I ever would have made being an employee. I have gained so much this year. I felt like I lost a lot at one time, but really what was happening is God was just kind of tearing it all down so that it could be rebuilt and I could grow. And I have also gained, my faith is so much stronger this year. I have been chasing God so much more this year. For the longest time, I have always had faith. I've always been a faith-led person, but I don't always think that God was the center of my life or why I was doing what I was doing. I think that we're all, you know, at fault for that at times. And this year, that really changed. My kids and I prioritized not just my like spiritual growth, but theirs too. And that has changed our life and opened up so many beautiful things that I wouldn't have had without that more closeness. I always had faith. I did go to church sometimes, but we went the majority of the time this year, and that really changed my life in profound ways. I just got offered an opportunity, happened to be an opening at my kids' school for somebody to come in and help with the children. My kids go to like a private homeschool program, and because I work a business that allows me to make my own schedule, I didn't have to figure out if I could do this. I stepped up, and now I get to be more present in my children's lives and help guide other people in their children's lives. And that may be Like, to me, I love what I do in my business, but this also gives me something to do, like, that's like going to serve me intrinsically outside of just helping people in my business, because I work online. And so this is going to be something that's cool for me, that I can go and be with people. I usually work here just like this in my sweatpants, and I don't go anywhere, and I don't see a lot of people unless I choose to, or we go on a trip. This business has given me more than I could ever explain to you guys. I have grown in ways in leadership. We actually created a new community that was ours, that we could be more faith-led and have more collaboration. We did that this year too. You guys, what was created this year as leaders, it was hard sometimes, it was wonderful other times. It was a lot of work, a lot of collaboration, and a lot of figuring out what worked and what didn't work, what type of leaders we wanted to be, what things, were like, that didn't really work, let's not do that again. This year was so much of growth. And as leaders, we all grew closer, and we figured out, each other's strengths and weaknesses, and how we all complement each other. And it has been beautiful. But it has been a whole year of like growth and rebuilding. And that is a lot of work, and it is hard. It's kind of been a hard year, but I would still take this year and how we get paid, and making $5,000 to $8,000 per sale, making 5-figure months. I would take that over being an employee any day. And the reason why I want to tell you guys all of this is because all of this was possible because I said yes to a business in December of 2023 that has massively changed my kids' lives and my life and the lives of everybody who has joined me. I was telling my team tonight, like, I am just eternally grateful for them. They've taught me a lot. Their trust in me to lead them has been magical. Like, when people look to you too, my whole world fell apart this year. And there wasn't any time to just completely fall apart and not move forward, because I had people looking to me to lead them in my business, and I did. And I'm not so certain if I wouldn't have had that, if I would have moved through this year as gracefully as I appeared to, because I had people that were relying on me, and whether they realize it or not, they helped me be strong, because I had to be, because I wanted to be there for them, and I wanted all of them to succeed. And I wasn't going to abandon them, even though my life had not exactly went the way that I wanted. And every time this year gave me some new obstacle, I really think having those people that needed me and needed my leadership really did help get me through. So it may have seemed like I came out unscathed, but those people helped me in ways that they will never understand, because being a leader is showing up when sometimes you don't want to, and when life is hard, and when you have a lot of people that look to you and need you, that's what you do. And I think that helped me focus on moving forward. And I don't know if wouldn't have had this business if I would have been able to move forward as I did. And I definitely wouldn't have been able to survive this year. I would have had to go back to work full time. I would have had to put my kids with somebody else raising them, because this economy is expensive, but we make good money here, and it allows you to have so many more opportunities than you could ever imagine. Because when I came here, I just wanted to make a few $1,000s a month. I wasn't looking for anything crazy. I wasn't looking to make millions. I know I will. It's in my future, because I'm never going to quit. I'm going to keep going and keep growing my people and helping as many people as I can. But to me, it's not about fancy things. It's not about, I'm sitting here in my camo, I just want to raise my children, and I want to give as many mothers the opportunity to be able to do the same thing. If they want to raise their children, like for me, I'm kind of going back to work for 2 days a week, because I want to go and serve at my children's school, and I can do that. I can do that. If I had a full-time other job, I wouldn't be able to do that, because I would be working. And so when you really think about it, like, what money allows you is time to do the things that you want to do. And if people want to keep their full-time jobs and then just make 5 figures, 6 figures a month doing this, you can do that too. It's all up to you. But I want moms to have choices, because when I came here, I didn't know that we did. I only came here to make a little bit of money. I just wanted to pay down debt. I didn't know I was going to get home to my kids. But now after being home with my kids for almost 2 years and raising them full time, putting them to bed, waking up with them every morning, they drive me absolutely bananas sometimes. Never getting a break from your kids. Like, stay-at-home moms are the real MVPs sometimes, because I will tell you, they drive me nuts. But that being said, I wouldn't have it any other way. And for all of their lives, up until they were 2 and 4 years old, I spent more time away from them than I spent with them. And I don't want mothers to have to choose. I want moms to make good money and be able to choose to raise their kids full time. Or if you're already at home raising your children, then you forfeit making an income. And being a mom is great, but if you don't have anything outside of motherhood that's yours, it can be suffocating and you can lose your identity when you're just being a mom. Whereas this, I get to make an income, I get to help people, I get to make an impact and be a mother. And I like that, because then I still get to be me. And that's really what this business is about, is being you, helping people, and we make really good money doing it. And this year has been definitely one I don't want to necessarily relive again, but the things that I learned throughout this year are going to stay with me for the rest of my life, because I am much stronger and wiser than I was at the beginning of 2025. I definitely had some struggles and some hurdles, even in my business, and being an entrepreneur can be hard. I will never tell you guys that like coming in here and making money is necessarily easy, but I will tell you that it is worth it. What we do is worth it. You can build something that's yours, that you can will indeed to your kids, and you can get paid for a lifetime. And that's really why we're all here, is we're all gunning for like legacy, where we get paid monthly for life, because that gives you this type of security. And I think everybody's looking for that. And a lot of times we think that our 9-to-5s are secure and that they're not going anywhere. But at the end of the day, as an employee, you don't have very much control. You want to build something outside of your 9-to-5. Keep your 9-to-5. Keep your job, but find something, find another stream of income and build outside of that from like 5 to 9. Not necessarily all of those hours, because you're taking care of children, you're doing other things. But the people who get ahead in life, they find other streams of income. They build those in their free time, because the majority of us are doing all sorts of things in our free time that don't make us any money and they don't help get us ahead. And we're usually spending money or right now scrolling on social media or wasting time. If you scroll on social media, you have time to run a business like this. If you sit down and watch TV, you have time to run a business like this. If you sit down and read books, you have time to run a business like this. And I'm telling you, as someone who had a very busy life, and I still have a very busy life, and I continue to be able to fit this business in where it works for me and for my family. And going into 2026, something that I will be very picky about is who I partner with. I want serious people who know how to work. They know how to show up and do what it is that they are being taught to do, because in being an entrepreneur is all about accountability to yourself. If I don't show up and I don't run my business, I don't get paid, but so many people can show up to a 9-to-5, do bare minimum, and still get paid just as much as the other person who outdoes them by 2 times. But if you come here and you're the person who's a go-getter, who works hard, who does the things that you promise yourself that you're going to do, you can make a lot of money and help a lot of people. And those are the people I like to partner with, is the people who are serious, the people who are motivated and don't make excuses. And they just do what it is, knowing that it's going to work. Because if you do the same things over and over again in this business, it works and you help people. There's a lot of people, I think, in entrepreneurship that just don't do the work, and those are not my people. I want to work with people who are motivated, self-motivated, because you don't have a boss here. I'm your mentor, I help you, but I'm not your boss. I just help you learn how to run this business, and I'm there every step of the way that way. But I'm looking for motivated individuals. I tend to want to save the world, and on occasion I've partnered with people that I knew were probably not going to work as hard as I do. And it's kind of frustrating, because I can't want this more for other people than they want for themselves. I definitely am picky about who I work with, but we're talking about coming in and making a massive impact in your life. We're not talking about small amounts of money, and we're not talking about making, some mascara sales or some lotion sales and making $20. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about 4 figures per sale. We're talking about 5-figure months. We're talking about 5-figure days. That happened to me in November. Like, this happens. And it is actually way more common. It's not a couple people winning. It's a lot of people that win here. It's the people who are determined, the people who believe, the people who come on here. I want to help people, but I can only help people who want to help themselves. So like, if that sounds like you guys, I know that 2025 is closing out. And for me, the new year doesn't necessarily mean as much, because I've just been trying to string together 365 days where I'm trying to improve myself every single day, because that's really all I can do, is be better tomorrow than I am today and keep moving forward. And if you have that type of mindset, like, we would probably work really well together. I'm going to be around tomorrow. I love this business. I love helping people. And if you have been wondering what the heck it is that I'm doing, and you are sick and tired of being sick and tired and doing the same old things, because we all do the same things over and over expecting different results, and we find out very quickly that doesn't work. We're living the same year after year, and we're calling it a life. And for me, 2024 and 2025 didn't look anything alike, in good ways too, because this business changed my life, because I came in and I did something completely different, and my life has never looked the same. And it's never going to, I don't think, year to year. I'm going to make more money. I'm going to help more people. I'm going to grow. I'm going to learn, and I'm going to change. And that's the whole point of all of this. So if that sounds like something that you want to do, if you want to change your life and you're sick of your own crap, get a hold of me. Let's chat. Let's see what your goals are and see if I can help you reach them. I hope that you guys are all having a wonderful New Year's Eve. And if 2025 didn't look how you wanted it to, it's okay, because you still have time, you guys. I am turning 40 in 2026, and I'm a little bit bummed out about it. Like, I don't actually feel 40, but I'm going to be, and so I'm closing out this chapter in my 30s, and that's kind of bittersweet, and I'm stepping into this new role and helping my kids, at their school, and being able to help, kids with education and different things. And there's all these new things that I'm stepping into, and I'm very, very excited. And if you guys want to grow, like, get in my orbit here. I might be a little bit sad when I turn 40. I'm really not sure how to take all of that, but closing this chapter of 2025 and moving into 2026, I'm ready to do that. And I'm definitely ready to help whoever is ready to help themselves and stop making excuses. So many people sit back and watch when you could have been creating the life that you desire a year ago or 2 years ago. So many of I have people who watched me for a year and then jumped in, and they're like, why did I not jump in a year ago? Why didn't I jump in 2 years ago? But nobody can do the work for you. You can sit back and wish and hope that you could have the type of life that I do, or you can come and create it yourself. You can't do anything just sitting back and being envious of what other people have without doing the work, because what we do is actually not that difficult. You just have to want something different and go for it. Or you can keep living the same way. And if the way that you're living, you're fine with that and you don't want anything more, that's fine. You're probably not my people. But you can have more, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You can want more, even if you're content with your life and you want more, you want to create more for your family, you want to be able to send your kids to college or whatever it is, whatever your goals are, there's nothing wrong with that. And this business can help you get to your goals, pay off debt, travel, do whatever it is, whatever your idea of freedom looks like, because it's all different for all of us. Maybe some people don't want to be home with their children all of the time. Maybe you don't like traveling, but maybe you want to pay off debt, and maybe you want to buy an Airbnb. That's what I want to do. Or whatever it is. This business can help you do all of those things faster. So I hope everyone's having a really good night. I'm going to go dance party with my kids, and I'm sure you guys will see content about it tomorrow and the next day, but I'm going to go spend some time with them. We're going to have some sparkling cider and make tonight special, because they're big enough now to kind of like understand all of it. I don't know if we'll make it till midnight, but thanks for tuning in. A lot of you have been here for a long time and I rambled, but I just really wanted to close 2025 out, of course, with a live, because I'm your live girl. I go live all of the time. I love coming and hanging out with you guys. and chatting and really going over, if anything that I have gone through helps inspire somebody else to keep going, then none of this was a waste. Like, right? It's worth it if it touches one person's life and helps one person's life. Like, that's all I want. And I will tell you guys that for those like my faith driven people, the more you put God at the center of your life, the better everything will be. This year was hard, but I wouldn't never made it through without my faith and without growing closer and closer to God. And actually, that's something we started with our team. Now we have a Bible study night where we merge that with business, and the people who choose to come can come. And that is something I've never done before, but it's something like God really called me to do. And I got to do it for the first time this week, and it was straight fire. And to see how many other like brothers and sisters in Christ that we actually have in our business absolutely moved me. So guys, 2025 gave me a lot of a headache sometimes, but it gave me a lot of good things and a lot of good lessons. And 2026 is going to be magnificent. And I highly suggest you jump on board with me and start changing your life. Don't wait another year, another month, another 3 months to change your life, because anyone who is attached to me is going to win if they come in and do the work. So we'll see you guys. Have a wonderful night, and we will be chatting soon. See ya.